What's up, everybody?
My name is Anthony Irvin.
You beat yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah, CB myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Jim Green. Don't even need to hit a fucking traffic light.
Okay, good.
Welcome to
One set.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the One Set Podcast. My name is Anthony Irvin, and I'm here with my best friend and co-host, Jim Green. What's going on, man?
Yo, Anth, what's up, man? Dude, what a winter wonderland that we're living in right now.
Oh my God. You know, and we're supposed to get more later in the week.
I know, man. And
like,
this time last week, it was like, oh, we're supposed to get some snow on like Sunday night into Monday. And then by the end of the week or by Thursday, it was like, we're going to get 12 to 18 inches. And it's like, what?
yeah, it was like Friday. They're like, yeah, you might want to start getting everything. And now like everybody's down at the grocery store. Everybody's running here and there. Like, cause you know, again, like you said, Monday, Tuesday, like, it's going to be like a coating to an inch. And then Wednesday, it's like 3 to 5 inches. And then like Thursday, Friday, like you might want to start buying some stuff.
Yeah, get
Whoopsie
to the grocery store
Yeah,
and
right.
start stocking up.
Thankfully, Jen went to the grocery store on Thursday because she's like, if this thing gets worse, I'm not being out there like Friday, Saturday night. And we were out for a little bit on either Friday and Saturday. It was just mobbed on Saturday, just everybody everywhere. I'm like, yeah, thankfully we did all our shopping on Thursday.
I had a couple of pit stops on my way to my parents on Sunday, the day it was supposed to start, and just like I wasn't even in stores for very long, but just people in the parking lots. You could just see the anxiety in the way that people were driving, like trying to get out of places. And I'm just like, I mean, my parents are right over there. Like I'm like, whatever, everyone just go ahead. Like, I'm not, I know I'm going to be there for a few hours doing laundry and then headed home. And by the time it started snowing and I was like starting the process of getting ready to leave, because it's, you know, your parents, at least for me, it's never like, okay, see ya. I mean, occasionally it is, but I feel like when I'm there and it's like, I know I'm going to be there for a while, it takes me a while to like get myself back out the door. So like the snow started and it was just like, it was just melting as soon as it hit anything because it wasn't super cold out.
Yeah, it took maybe about 3-4 hours for it to really start sticking on the sidewalks and streets and everything. Like maybe around like 7-8 o'clock. Like, now it's starting to stick.
Yep. Because
we were putting the kids to bed just in case for some reason they had school, but we figured they were going to close.
Yeah.
But they called it earlier that night, but we're like, let's just get them to bed. And then, we put Grace in the bed. I actually stayed up with Anth and we watched Jurassic World. Loved it. He's really big in the Jurassic Park right now. But you know, when we were putting Grace in the bed, the snowplows were going down our street and everything, and they did a lot better on our streets this time than the first snowstorm. They must have listened to all the angry people this time from last time.
Well, I feel like 4 weeks ago, everywhere was just like, okay, we knew we were getting snow, but we didn't know we were getting this kind of snow. And this time around, it was like, we're getting a lot of snow. So everyone was just like really on it this time. Like, I know people up at school or people in my school group chat were like, how are the streets in Philly? And the people that live in Philly are like, oh, they're way better than last time. They didn't have, they actually did a decent job. So I'm like,
and especially with the amount of less time that they had to prepare, it's like they did better than when the first time we had a lot of time to prepare, and it's like they didn't like hardly do anything. So and at least this time the snow was a lot better. It like we didn't have to worry about it being like,
and it wasn't as freezing cold out either.
It wasn't like 10-20 degrees, and it like we had a layer of ice, a layer of like it was slush on the bottom, and it was really packed snow. So like it was easy to shovel. Last time I took like 2 shifts to get that done, and then this one it took me like an hour.
It was like nothing.
Yeah, so it was definitely a lot better to work with this time. So for it being, I think we got close to like 10 inches this time. It really wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as especially like people in Jersey and down the shore, which were looking at like, I think some of the southern Jersey people, they were looking at close to 15 to 20 inches.
Yeah. Friends with somebody that I go to school with that like comes up from close to Atlantic City every day.
Yeah, they got
and they got hit and were like no power, no heat, no electricity.
Oh man.
And like just the pictures that I'm seeing, I'm like they got close to 2 feet. I'm like
whoopsie.
Like they got smacked.
Yeah. And I mean, at least, we didn't get the cold, but it was really windy this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that just made everything kind of like, and, you could have a little less here and then down the street, it might be a little bit more, but
definitely a lot more anxious about like the, like everything. I mean, I did pretty good about charging everything the last time. But this time it was like, okay, with the wind gusts going up to 40 miles an hour, it's like,
definitely
could lose power at any given time. So it's like, make sure your stuff is where you need it.
Our lights flickered a little bit, but they never went out, thankfully.
It's good. Bro, we got Elimination Chamber on Saturday.
Yes.
Gotta say, some stuff on Raw, which we're gonna get to.
Yeah, we had a pretty decent go home Raw show tonight.
Gotta say, the crowd, not great.
Not great. Not at all.
I was just like, what is with these people? Like,
I mean, we'll get to AJ, but man, that crowd couldn't care less for some odd reason.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, even when his music hit, I'm like, and they just shot to the crowd, and people are just like, I'm like, what's going on? I mean,
yeah, it was like
unless they were just like,
there.
I mean, not like everybody was really burnt out, but I'm like, unless something was just like wrong in the atmosphere that during his thing, and it was just like, okay, the crowd was just not into it until they had the big applause at the end. But yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to Raw, but first we want to acknowledge. In our group chat, we asked them their Elimination Chamber predictions for Elimination Chamber this weekend. We just wanted to acknowledge 2 people, Jen and Steve. Thank you guys for putting in your predictions. For Steve, the men's Elimination Chamber, he's going with Randy Orton. Women's, he's going with Rhea. And, he's feeling that, obviously I like his explanations, kind of saying that, Randy's on that road to retiring soon. So he feels he definitely needs another moment, which would be awesome. I wouldn't definitely, not be mad with seeing Randy take the win on that. And definitely agree with his point on the women side that out of that, I don't really see anybody else other than Rhea. I mean, the only other person that would have something to do with, because obviously this one's going to be fighting Jade Cargill, the only real reason would be Rhea, but we'll get more into that later. Jen, obviously, my wife, she had a big gift for LA Knight. Yeah. So she's going with LA Knight taking the win for the men's Royal Rumble. Woo. Elimination Chamber. So thank you all for putting in your predictions for that. And again, like we say, we put in every Sunday, Monday, we have a what do you want to talk about post. So we want to hear from you guys, any ideas. Maybe it'll just be a certain thing. We asked everybody for their Elimination Chamber predictions, but sometimes we'll just give, you guys a chance to let us know what you want to talk about on the podcast. So, Jim, if you want to let everybody know where they can talk about and hit us up outside of the episodes, let us know what that group chat is.
That is the number 1 Set Fam on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook by searching the number 1 Set Fam. That is the number one. So don't spell it out ONE, right?
Number one.
Number. I am number one. Remember that Nelly track?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was literally number one for like 1 week.
Right.
1 week.
And they're like, yeah, okay, we can be done with that.
Yeah. All right, we get it. We get it.
And just to get the little notion out, since we're talking about little promotional pieces, for anybody who's watching us for the first time, make sure you guys are subscribing to us at One Set Pod on all our socials: YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all at the handle of One Set Pod. Thank you all for the support, and for all our OGs, thank you for the continued support. And we hope everybody can continue to join us in our podcasting world. And yeah, so let's talk more wrestling. I feel this is definitely a turn up from what it was last week. Obviously, we're getting into Elimination Chamber this weekend. So Jim, let's start this off with some Raw talk.
Yeah, so they have Michael Cole and Corey Graves in the ring to open up Raw. They're going to pay tribute to AJ Styles. Here comes Gunther through the crowd, tells them to get out of the ring. Michael Cole's like, I'm out of here. Bye. He just literally, and Corey's like, whoa, wait a second. And Michael's like, I ain't playing with this guy. Like, I'm out.
That's Gunther. I ain't playing.
So yeah, Adam Pearce basically cuts him off, has security, see him out. Dragon Lee comes out, starts attacking. I'm like, okay, are we getting Gunther versus Dragon Lee at WrestleMania? Like, it just feels like that's what they're doing here.
I was wondering why at the end, I was waiting for like a Gunther thing, but now that makes sense since they kind of took him out in the beginning, because I missed the first like half hour of the show.
Okay.
So, especially with the fact that what happened, because you would text me in the group about
literally about to get to that.
Read. So yeah, let's get into that. I mean, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me! More Vision stuff.
Yeah, dude. So Gunther's backstage with Adam Pearce, and then Cody Rhodes walks up, looks at him, kind of grins, Cody grin, and then comes out to the ring. He's talking about AJ. Out comes the Vision, and Cody's like going back and forth with Logan Paul, and then out come the Usos through the crowd. They start the triple threat match. I'm like kind of watching, kind of paying attention, kind of beginning of the match. I'm like, okay, they're gonna get through their typical match intro stuff. Like nothing crazy's happening until after the commercial break, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the commercial comes up, and I'm like, oh, I guess I should pay attention now. And basically, of the three guys in this match, I'm like, none of these guys are winning the chamber in my mind. So I'm like, right, whoever wins. They come back from the commercial, and they're like, well, Bronson Reed's out. Now we just have a one-on-one match with Jey Uso and Grande Americano, which they did show. I did see Americano give the Chad Gable allegedly German suplex to Bronson Reed. That was like the last thing I saw of him. So I'm like, I wonder if he got hurt on the suplex. I don't know. I didn't quite catch like where the injury was, but then they were like, oh, it's just a one-on-one match. And I was like, oh, like in my head, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's just Jey Uso and El Grande duking it out, and Bronson Reed is taking a nap somewhere, and then he's going to come in and win the match in the end. Like you were saying last week, like there's no way that they're not going to put one of the Vision guys in the chamber match, which I was like, I can get behind that.
Absolutely. 100%.
And I felt like Jey Uso was like, I mean, he's a tag team champion now. So I'm like, that's probably the direction they're going. Right. For Mania, at least, I'm like, he's not winning the chamber again. I'm like, it is what it is. But then Jey Uso gets the win, and I texted you in the chat with Jen, and I was like, what happened to Bronson Reed? And Jen's like, we're putting the kids to bed. I was like, oh, I didn't know. Sorry.
Nah, yeah, we usually have our phones off, so it's not. We were literally just getting out of the room, but we usually have our phones on silent or anything. But yeah, like, once I saw that, I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. There's more Vision stuff that went down. Like now it's literally Logan Paul and
Austin Theory,
that
and it's
got
like nobody cares, dude.
no, they're like, yeah, we ain't doing anything. This
Michael Cole later on in the show confirmed Bronson Reed tore his bicep, so it's like that guy is out for 6 months at
he's
least.
done for
And it's like it wouldn't hurt as much if he hadn't just come off of being out for like practically a year for the broken ankle off the top of the War Games cage, right?
Yeah. So now all the original members of the Vision are injured.
It's literally just the B team. And when you
Yeah.
say B team, we are talking Logan Paul here, but like he was not an OG member.
No, they literally. I mean, unless you consider Paul Heyman one of the OGs of it, it's true. But what are you going to be able to do? I mean, Paul Heyman is Paul Heyman. But
So here's the other bit, right? Like Paul Heyman's out there at the beginning of the show with the Vision, and then a half hour later, it's the Brock Lesnar segment, and out comes Paul Heyman, and it's like, okay.
Is that a flex?
But also, like, the Paul Heyman Brock Lesnar stuff didn't start happening again until after Seth Rollins went out on injury. So it's also like, when Seth comes back, isn't he going to have some questions for Paul? I mean, but also when Seth was written off TV, it was, Braun Breaker took him out, and Paul Heyman raised Braun Breaker's hand. So like, there is no more Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, which is just like weird because that was the whole angle at Mania last year, right? Like that was supposed to go on. For what I think for quite some time. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't think there'll be much retaliation for it. I think that's just Paul Heyman being Paul Heyman with who he is. But yeah, that definitely doesn't feel like it's going to sit well with right after, the Bronson Reed injury. Then he comes out with Brock Lesnar, and that's like, okay, now you're going to focus on Brock Lesnar. And, how do you feel about, still dealing with Logan Paul and the fact that he called out saying that nobody in that locker room has the balls to face Brock Lesnar? Are you still talking about Austin Theory and Logan Paul? But,
yeah,
you can speculate yes or no on that, but he didn't try to say other than Logan Paul and Austin Theory, nobody else has
that's fair.
But we'll see. It really just depends. But I definitely don't think that they're thinking at this point like, well, we still got Logan Paul and Austin Theory, thank God. It's more of like, we have nothing else to
What
really
are we
do.
going to do with these? What are they going to do about the masked man at this point? Like, I feel like Bronson Reed in the chamber was to pay off the masked man. And it's like,
so
it's like, what do you do? Like,
I mean, out of two of them, who do you think would lead? I mean, I would think Logan Paul has to kind of do something because, but then again, I still think the way that Austin Theory came into it saying like, it's my turn, my time. This is probably his time to be like, okay, everybody's out. I need to be the guy to, let this thing start going back. So this could be his upcoming moment until something comes back with Braun Breaker and says, what happened? Now Austin's Theory is like, this is my vision now.
I mean, so they had Kofi Kingston facing Javon Evans tonight, and it's like, okay, there's Grayson Waller right out there with Xavier ringside. So it's like, how is Grayson Waller going to be the masked man if he's still running around with the New Day? Like, I thought
the same thing. Like, all right, well, he's out there, so he can't be the masked man then.
Yeah, it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
It will not make sense if he's like with New Day one time, and then if he reveals himself as the masked man, and then dealing with Division and being from the mid card, then going up to the top card. That won't make sense.
I'm kind of just like, the New Day's dead at this point, dude. Like, people online are like, they flopped the heel turn with Big E so bad, like it just
they could have done a lot with it.
They could have done it a lot better, and it's kind of just like since they turned heel, everyone stopped caring, which is
I
weird
was
because like
liking it at first, but like, I definitely think they basically just went too quick with writing Big E out of it, and they just started going away from it. I think they needed to do something more with it to really make them. But it took a lot for them to just try to be heel and make themselves believable for those first couple weeks. It was hard to watch them be heels.
well, because they were just genuine heartedly the greatest baby faces for so long, dude, right?
Mhm.
And they're like they basically kicked Biggie out and they were like, we need to do this on our own. And they haven't done it on their own, dude. It's like not on the level of what the
Nope.
New Day was before, right? Like,
And the fact that Big E literally called it out on Twitter, I mean, he's feeling the same way. He's like, hey, I have more TV time than you guys pretty much. And I mean, I would cover you guys if you were on a PLE, but you're not. So, like, shots fired.
dude.
That's great.
Yeah. Javon Evans wins the match. No, no kidding. No kidding. Because
Okay.
he's in the chamber. He can't. People in the chamber aren't losing their matches right now because they have to look like they are contenders to actually win the thing, right?
Yeah.
I barely I saw so Liv Morgan picked Stephanie Valkyrie, right? Like so I know
question.
that happened and we all knew it was coming. I'll have to go back and rewatch the segment, but that's all that we took away from that. We get a backstage segment with Rusev and Obafemi, and then they go right into the Brock Lesnar segment. I was like, that wasn't by accident. They literally put Oba next to the Brock Lesnar segment so that when Paul Heyman's like, there's nobody in the back, and like the dead ass crowd was trying to give the Oba chance, and they just.
I really hope that goes that way rather than LA Knight facing Brock Lesnar. But
it does nothing. Like no LA Knight fan wants to see it. No Brock Lesnar fan wants to see it.
Mm-mm.
I like both those guys. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's, all of the stuff about Brock Lesnar out in the Vince McMahon's like I'm talking about the guy that I watched take out the Hardy Boys in the debut, and I've been like gung ho on Brock Lesnar, minus when he was I want to say it was the Universal Champion, and he just sat at home with it for months on end.
Yeah.
That I hated.
Yes.
But that was like that was the way he was booked. It's like Vince McMahon said, I'm going to give him the belt and we're never going to see him. I hated it. Like that was, other than that, anytime he's in a match, I'm like, this guy is insane. How many Brock Lesnar matches have you watched and you're like, that was just right?
It's a match that you are not going to see. Like talking about like the fact of how we were talking with the business aspect of CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Lesnar is another draw that whatever he is doing, you are going to watch. And if he's in the match, if he's fighting whoever, if it has Brock Lesnar on that card, you're going to watch it.
You're going to tune in. So Heyman basically comes out and says, outside of the main events of WrestleMania used to be the title match and the Undertaker match. And he's like, this guy ended the streak. That's no longer a thing. He's retired. Now it's the title matches and the Brock Lesnar match. Those are your main events. So him saying that and then them putting up the dates on the screen of when Brock Lesnar is going to be on Raw, that to me felt very much like they don't know who Brock Lesnar is facing at WrestleMania. Like they just don't have that pinned down yet because it's like, okay, yes, everybody wants to see the Obafemi match, but are we going to give them the Obafemi match the guy just got to the main roster, right? Because if you do Obafemi goes to fake Brock Lesnar and beats him, how are you not making Obafemi like world champion the next night on Raw, right? Like, how are you not immediately putting him in the title picture after facing Brock Lesnar? So like, I I do understand the long term in that regard, but I feel like also it was like, okay, are they really going to give LA Knight the spot to go out and step up to Brock Lesnar and be like, oh, LA Knight, look, you're not in the title picture, but you're in a main event match because you're wrestling Brock Lesnar. I'm like, that's how it kind of felt to me. Like, if they do go this LA Knight route, like, LA Knight fans, he should be happy. He might not be in a title match, but he's getting to face Brock Lesnar. And it's like, it's still a big FU, man. Like, that guy should have been champion. I mean, before Jey Uso, in my opinion. But like, I don't know. Raquel won the women's triple threat qualifier, which I was fine with, and I was like, okay, that to me just means they didn't want to put Rhea and Io both in the chamber, because they didn't want to have it come down to the two of them and have one have to pin the other, because they want, and this is, we'll get to the, I don't even want to talk about that because it's part of the chamber prediction itself. And then they do the AJ Styles send off, and I was waiting for something bigger to happen. I was like, he's like, the reason why I kept the gloves, and I was like, go on.
Yeah.
And he's like, I wanted to lay them in the ring here in Atlanta. And then he did it. And I was like, okay, AJ Styles is actually done.
Right. I was waiting for him to like, because I'm not leaving. Being like the Wolf of Wall Street moment.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah. So they were showing people backstage all night. And I was like, okay. AJ, comes off the mic, the music hits, the credits go up like immediately, and then the credits come down, and we're still on the air, and I was like, just bring them out.
Something's going to happen, yeah.
I was like, bring them out. Like, so the locker room started filing out. I was like, okay, there they are. And then the gong hit, and I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Cheyenne Stokes, she loves The Undertaker, and she's like, what is this? And I was like, in my head, I was like, I bet you, because AJ just stood there looking surprised, and I was like, this is gonna be the thing now, is gonna be like surprising everybody to induct them into the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
But like the bigger, it's almost like, well, you surprised Stephanie McMahon on camera at WrestlePalooza.
I was going to say that too. Yeah.
So
they did
now you got to give that treatment to everybody, right?
Right. Yeah. I thought of that moment too. Like, well, they surprised it with Steph, so it's like going to be the Undertaker's new shtick to be like, let's surprise the headliner of the Hall of Fame every year now with the Undertaker coming back and presenting. So once Undertaker's there, that's going to be his, Undertaker's coming out, something's going to happen. But now it's more like, okay, he's coming out because you are the headliner of the Hall of Fame, which I'm surprised they gave it to AJ that quickly. Not saying he doesn't deserve it, but
we were all thinking John Cena like immediately, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
which he still could, but obviously you see Cena as being the headliner, not being like somebody. He definitely wouldn't be behind AJ Styles
or Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah. So they're definitely going to give him his own Hall of Fame headliner. So
yeah, and I don't think it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, mind you.
At this point, yeah, I don't think so.
I would be surprised if they do a Hall of Fame ceremony in Saudi. Like, they might do it in the States before they go over. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how they do everything. It's going to be weird.
I did like that they did the Undertaker Hall of Fame like bit. Like, I thought that was really fitting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nice way to cap off a terrible night in regards to the crowd just being super weak sauce.
Oh my God. Like, when they hit his music and, once he, hit his thing, it was just like crickets. I'm like, what's everybody doing? Like, and then they, like I said, they span to the audience, and just the first couple of people look like they looked like they didn't even know who was out there. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, and then they turned the music off. Then you heard the audience. So it's almost like they turned down the audience, like, so that you would be able to, I guess, hear something else. But then it was just weird. It was like really low, and like it just made the crowd look like they were not into it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure if they just did that manually for a certain reason, but it was just weird how there was just no crowd interaction.
Well,
during his intro,
CM Punk's promo was very awkward. Like
he jumbled around a little bit, I noticed.
He did, but I think he was trying to feed off the crowd, and that's when you really knew how bad the crowd was, when the crowd wasn't feeding into him. I did forget to mention, which, like, we had a Maxine Dupree and Natty match happening tonight, and the crowd made no noise at all. So, like, just all around the whole show, while in like development ways for like setting up for the chamber, yeah, things happened that were good, better than last week. And we had Undertaker closing out Raw, inducting AJ into the Hall of Fame, which was great, right?
I just gotta say one thing about Max Dupree. She plays dead really well. Like, she was on the floor. I'm like, oh, she got knocked out.
Oh,
then
she got knocked the
she got knocked out. But then once Natty like actually started like wailing her, and like you saw her arm move, I'm like, oh, okay, she's alive. Like, I literally thought she got knocked out, because I didn't see her hit the turnbuckle, but I saw her just like flop to the ground and just like didn't move. I'm like, oh, it. And then like it looked like Natty was just like looking at it like, oh, what do I do? And then once you saw her arm move a little bit, I'm like, oh, okay, she's just playing. But she played dead really well. Gotta give her acting stripes on that one.
Yeah, I mean, from SmackDown, real quick, I don't know if you saw Julia slam Rhea's head into the mat. I don't know if you saw that.
I watched the match. I probably just missed
that part. I'll have to send it to you, because I missed that part watching SmackDown, and it's brutal. It is brutal looking. The ref went down to grab Rhea's hand to basically be like, "Are you good?" And Rhea squeezes his hand to basically be like, "Yeah, I'm fine," because it looks vicious. I mean, and she's got a black eye from it. She's got a black eye from it, because she ate the mat hard, dude. Okay. That being said,
look at that.
The crowd was terrible tonight, so it definitely
really was.
It definitely sucked the air right out of the show. But we did get Jey Uso as the final guy in the men's chamber match, which also on SmackDown we did get Trick Williams, by the way, like which last week we were like really pulling for Trick Williams, right? And on the women's side, we got Raquel tonight, and we thought Charlotte Flair was a shoe-in, and we got Kiana James instead. So it's like, okay, so we got a couple young talent in the mix here in the chamber, which is, I think, is just them under. I
like it.
Well, yeah, because I feel like the chamber matches last year were all just super stacked chambers, and like this year it's like, okay, it's good to like, let's get some new people in the chamber that we can start positioning into the upper mid card maybe. I did read something about a month ago that said that people see, so inadvertently they put Kiana James with Julia to kind of help with like language barrier stuff promo wise, and then now it's like, okay, the company actually sees a lot more money in Kiana James being the superstar, and Julia's like, I don't know. I feel like she's going to not float in obscurity, but she's going to be kind of like how Io was before she got super over, where it's like, okay,
Right.
Julia's good, just like Io was good. But I feel like it's just going to take time for Julia to get to that level, just more reps in the ring, give her quality matches. Now, granted, she had a great match with Rhea on SmackDown. It was really good. But the Chamber card, I mean, immediately, Becky Lynch, the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line against AJ Lee in Chicago. I do have AJ Lee winning here.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the match just because the promos have been so funky. Like, so just like, I've just been like, just get me to the match at this point. Like, just.
Yeah, it just hasn't really sold much. I mean, I think they're really trying to, but it's not hitting. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I can see AJ pulling this off. Hometown, you know, pretty easy to say. You know, let's give AJ her straps, get a belt on her. You know, it looks like she's going to be here for a little bit. I mean, she does have a multi-year contract, so you know, at least she'll be on TV for a little bit. You know, defending it. You know, we could get another rematch at WrestleMania for her with Becky, but I can definitely see AJ pulling this off and getting the win this weekend against Becky for sure.
Yeah, I think the rematch at Mania is a shoe-in, and then Becky takes it back, and then AJ's I just like Becky Lynch with the women's IC title. It gives it value, right?
Unless they pull, you know, that Becky wins in her heelish way, then AJ Lee gets the win at Mania, and she gets a bigger win at Mania.
Maybe.
They could ride it out that way, like, you know, giving Becky more of the heat to spill it up, and then because they obviously need matches for Mania. So they could just be like, let's just give this to Becky, stir up the pot for AJ to definitely win at Mania. And we have another, you know, good spot to give people a reason to watch Mania.
So is your pick AJ Lee or Becky Lynch?
Yeah, because now I definitely went against it. Now that I've said that, I'm still 50-50. Realistically, I think AJ will get it, but if I'm thinking long-term booking and probably not even a fantasy about it, I would say Becky wins in a heelish way to get AJ and Becky to WrestleMania, but I think I'll probably still go with AJ wins.
Yeah, I think AJ wins in Chicago, and then Becky gets the win back at Mania, and it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Either way works, but just I think the fact that it's hometown, I can't see AJ not winning.
I don't even care the outcome of both of those matches. I just want the program build on TV every Monday night to be way better than it has been.
Mm-hmm.
Then I can care about the match at WrestleMania a lot better. I'm kind of like, okay, if Becky wins in a heel fashion, if she just decimates AJ Lee a little bit and then just brings up the heat on the feud a little bit more, because their exchange, right, like their verbal exchange right now, I'm
not doing it.
It's not doing it for me,
because they're going off of, you know, old stuff like, oh, AJ, you know, paved the way for this, but Becky's been doing this ever since AJ's left, and it's like they're going off of old facts and not, you know, going off of like what, I mean, obviously AJ hasn't really accomplished much since she's come back yet, but it's like they're pulling stuff from past achievements to make you want to watch what they're going to do now.
So if they build a great, like a storytelling match in Chicago so that they have legs to stand on in their promo work going to Mania, and then at Mania it's not like a ring psychology match, it's not like a storytelling match, it's like a brawl kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
so that it actually feels more personal instead of right now they're just bickering, and I'm like, this is stupid. I can't get behind this.
Yeah.
Okay, CM Punk is defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. Okay. Here's the issue with Dominic Mysterio costing Finn Balor the match. It's CM Punk needs a clean win before he goes into the biggest match of his career at this stage of his career against Roman Reigns at the biggest stage of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
You give him like a shenanigans, like tomfoolery type of win because of interference. I don't like that. That's my only hang up here. I mean, none of us really see Finn Balor winning because Finn Balor versus Roman isn't the marquee match whatsoever. No. So just to keep it short, I have CM Punk winning here. It is in Chicago after all. Like I think Finn Balor is headed for a face turn at some point, and I think it's on the build. Maybe the Monday night after the Chamber. So next Monday, Dom's going to be like, "Hey Finn, like way to not get the job done," kind of thing, and just get it started.
When did Dom need their help? Is it Friday that he's having that Intercontinental Championship match? I forget what he was saying, but he was trying to let them know, like, hey, you might want to do things on your own, but I don't. I need your help. And Finn was saying, well, you need to take some responsibility and start doing stuff on your own.
Okay, I missed that part. I must have been in the bathroom.
So Dom was JD was talking to Finn, basically apologizing, backstage segment with the Judgment Day, basically apologizing to Finn for how he acted last week with the whole CM Punk promo. And, Finn was like, we're brothers fight, water on the bridge. We're good. So Dom butts in. He's like, hey guys, it's all good. You want to do things on your own, but I don't. I need your help. And because I have this match coming up against, I forget who it was. So are you guys going to be at the side? Are you guys going to be able to help me out? And that's when, Finn started looking at Dom. And again, it's like, getting those things ready for a Finn and Dom match eventually, in the shortness of it, it's just saying like, you need to start taking responsibility and just manning up, and, that you don't need everybody, just do it on your own. And then he walks away, gives Dom the hard cut, and just looking at him like, you son of a... Like and JD was basically saying like, don't worry, he'll be by your side. We got you. So definitely, again, stirring the pot for the Judgment Day. Finn's going to be, like you said, taking a face turn, and I still think we're going to be getting, something happening with Liv and Raquel. So the implosion of Judgment Day is,
it's imminent. It's coming. It's
coming to an end within this, these next couple months by WrestleMania or that Monday after Mania.
So the Monday after. So next Monday, it is Dom Mysterio defending the IC title against Penta.
Okay.
So
Penta, that won't affect. I don't think that would affect Dom costing Finn the match. So I don't think that wouldn't make sense unless he does something to not necessarily. He could be the one to try to, like, I know you said don't come out. I'll come out just to, say, hey, to do this, but it actually cost Finn the match. And then, Finn on Monday does basically the same thing to Dom, but costs Dom the championship. Penta gets the Intercontinental Championship. That sets up Dom and, Finn being without
the IC title, which is fine.
So now they both don't have anything, and the Judgment Day has no belts. So that could brew that way.
Yeah.
Well, Dom still has the AAA, so he would just.
It's not a WWE title. Like,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
Right.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Finn says, I'm doing this on my own. Dom does go to interfere. Finn's yelling at him. I told you I got this on my own. Finn
Yep.
loses the match. And then Dom's calling for backup next week. And Finn doesn't help him. And then
Right.
Dom loses the belt. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Either he doesn't help him or he goes out there to basically almost do the same thing to Dom as what he did to him. Like, oh, I'm trying to help you out, but it actually cost him the match. But it would be more the fact that Finn doesn't show up and then Dom loses it because Finn didn't show up. That would be more a reality.
And let's not forget about Damian Priest losing to Gunther because of Finn Balor. Remember, Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest.
Yeah.
And cost him the title. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Finn Balor could literally do the same
time.
thing to Dominic Mysterio here. Yeah, I would not be surprised.
Yep.
All right. The women's Elimination Chamber match, we're looking at Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the mix, Asuka, Kiana James, Raquel Asuka and Kiana James not winning the match.
No.
Right?
Even Alexa, I don't have her winning. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of interference with this.
Alexa Bliss could actually win to set up for her versus Jade, and then Charlotte turns on her on SmackDown.
Okay. I can see something like that.
Because Charlotte was already having a conniption backstage.
That's
when Alexa Bliss was in the chamber and she didn't make it in. Like, she was having a fit.
Yeah.
So then it's like,
I'm fine.
So-
but
so-
you're not fine.
you're not fine. So then I mean, we can't rule out Alexa Bliss here, just like I was like Asuka and Kiana James not happening. Yeah, Rhea Ripley is the safe option for Jade Cargill. That's a marquee match, right? If
I'm sticking with what we were talking about last week with Tiffany winning.
okay.
I like Rhea, but I like you said, I think that's the safe bet. But I think it'll come down to Tiff and Rhea for sure. It might very well come down to Raquel, Rhea, and Tiff.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, if Tiffany Stratton doesn't win this match, I don't know what they're gonna do with her, kind of thing.
That's another thing. What do you do with her after that? So,
Yeah.
If she's not, going after the belt, what is she doing?
Yeah, and as much as I like Raquel Rodriguez as like she wins the chamber, and she also goes after Stephanie Vaquer to set up that triple threat match.
Mm-hmm.
It makes the women's WWE championship that Jade Cargill's holding look like a goober belt, because like, okay,
Yeah.
you get the Rumble, you get the Rumble winner and the chamber winner both saying, we don't care about that title at all. We both want that belt.
Kick rocks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Unless the only way is like, okay, you do that, and then it's like you set up some sort of like fatal 4-way, and you have Tiffany Stratton and Alexa Bliss and Charlotte going against Jade Cargill. Like, I like that, but we'll see.
Either way, I feel whoever's facing Cargill is going to be winning, because I don't want to see Jade on that belt anymore.
Yeah, because I think that ultimately what's going to happen there, like they said that Bianca Belair just got surgery on her finger. It's like, yeah, but why did they wait this long? I feel like that was a misdirect, like intentionally, and it's like, Bianca Belair is coming out at Mania and costing Jade Cargill the title.
That's I would highly anticipate on that happening.
Yep.
Just to, give her, the fact that, okay, well, she lost it because of something else, and it kind of keeps her strong, but and you really can't say that, she's been not really, getting the crowd behind her. She hasn't been doing any matches, and she hasn't
Yeah.
cut any promos. She's been off TV, so
So
you can't blame it on on actually her. I mean, you can blame it on the booking, but again, if you're saying like, well, we wanted to wait for Belair, but then this happened, so we had to kind of just keep her off TV because we didn't have anything for her. We had all these other things going, but it's like she just defended for the first time 2 weeks ago. So how do you give her like positive things that she's going to be able to defend that successfully at Mania and when she just had her first title defense 2 weeks ago?
yeah,
I
mean,
can't believe that she would be getting out of Mania with a win.
yeah, I can't see it either.
So yeah, my pick is Tiff.
Yeah.
And you say, are you going with Rhea or Alexa?
No, I can't see Rhea Ripley going into WrestleMania and it not involving Io Sky. I
Yep.
mean, it's either
It's the only thing why I didn't pick Rhea.
it's Rhea and Io in the women's like maybe they do a massive women's tag title match.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of have to because it's like, okay, are they going to do Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a one-on-one? Or are they going to do Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss in a one-on-one? No, I think that they're going to both be tag teams in the same match just to keep them on the same match in the card.
Yeah. I mean, if you're breaking up one of those teams, I think Charlotte and Alexa are meant for a breakup before those two.
Yeah, and
I don't see Rhea and Io breaking up until they lose those belts.
At that point, it's Alexa Bliss wins the chamber, and then Charlotte Flair weasels her way in to make it a triple threat match. Because there's definitely Jade throwing Charlotte shade like that. Those seeds are being planted.
And you can tell Charlotte's kind of being in a way of like, she's trying to be somebody she's not. She's trying to be like that good person, but she still has that heelish side to her of being, Ric Flair's daughter. Like, so you could tell that personality is starting to come back out from her, the way that she was acting, that she didn't get into the chamber and Alexa did. So it's like she's trying to fight, not retaliating, but trying to say, okay, I'm fine. Yeah, it's good. So I think if anything, like you said, I can see somehow Charlotte taking out Alexa Bliss to get into the match, or Charlotte Flair costing Alexa something in the chamber.
Yeah. I'm just, for the sake of going different, I'll just say Alexa Bliss.
Okay.
Just I don't know. The safe bet is Tiffany Stratton here, right? I feel like the men's match is just, it's like it almost has to be Cody Rhodes, right? Like, but
yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the fact that
Randy Orton
money
is the favorite.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
betting odds-wise?
I do not mind Randy Orton getting it.
I mean, there's talk out there that they're talking about making. There's rumor that they're going to do a fatal four-way between Cody and Randy and Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, and it's like, it's just weird to me. Like, why have an elimination chamber at all?
If that's what
if you're gonna have two other guys get in there, one of them was in a, like, okay, we get Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes as the final two.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're gonna get to see them wrestle each other as the final two in the chamber, right? Like, because I don't see it any other way.
That I would definitely think LA Knight, Randy Orton, and Cody being the final three.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, I would love to see LA Knight, but again, I just don't have any more trust in them putting LA over at this point. Well,
so they they have now cornered themselves into, you have Roman Reigns and CM Punk for your World Heavyweight Championship. It is a giant match. You have to counter that with something of similar caliber. And if it's not Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, and you have Drew McIntyre going in there with the belt, how do you elevate that match to a status of like, this is gonna be huge compared to that one-on-one match over there?
Right.
And it's not Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes one-on-one. It's just not.
No.
Nobody wants to see it again because they've ran it back how many times already now, right? So,
like I said, the safe bet is Cody here, but
it's almost like, okay, are you gonna go? I'll just say Randy Orton for the sake of it not being Cody Rhodes. How about that?
I'm going to be the same way. Just because I mean, am not saying I'm not a Cody fan, but it's to the point where it's like, I don't want to see Cody win.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to pick Randy Orton because I agree. I think he is on his way out. I want to see him at least get another title shot, or at least be in the title picture one more time before he gets out of here. So give me Randy Orton with the win.
Yeah, I want LA Knight to get his flowers. Shout out to Jen.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he does too. That he's always going to be in my, at least top 2 to win. But I just don't have confidence in the booking for him.
Well,
right now
the whole thing with him going out was the Vision, and the Vision is dead right now. Like they're just
I was just
dead in
saying
the water.
Fact that now that Bronson Reed is like out, does that push LA forward to what they were originally maybe doing? Maybe now they don't feed him Brock Lesnar and they have something else for him, which I don't know what that is, but because they obviously had they were, I can't see no reason why Bronson Reed was not going to be in the chamber. So they were obviously going to have, Bronson Reed and LA Knight duke it out in there anyway. But now that they don't, how does that change up the fact that LA Knight only has Logan Paul and Austin Theory to really go after?
Yeah,
he wasn't going after technically either of them anyway. So
I mean, at the very least, like LA Knight and Logan Paul have history, so
yeah,
they can work with that at least.
I mean, I'd rather have that than him being fed to Brock Lesnar and just being squashed.
Yeah, I don't.
So we'll see. I mean, they obviously didn't pull the trigger tonight. They're obviously going to wait until that last date for Brock Lesnar for somebody to come out. I think
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, okay, the ticket sales are so bad. Like they're literally just going to wait to see how bad the ticket sales are, and if they're really bad, it's like, all right, just do the Obafemi match, and then everyone's like, we got to see that, and then. If the ticket sales are good, it's like, yeah, just do LA Knight. Why not? It's like, just do LA Knight. Like, just giant FU to the fans. Yeah.
So we'll see, but yeah, we're gonna go with Randy Orton.
Yep. I do think that the order of the show is going to go the Women's Chamber, CM Punk and Finn Balor, and then Becky Lynch and AJ Lee is going to be the cool-off match before the Men's Chamber match.
Yeah.
Unless if they're trying to do a huge angle for the women and then they do the Women's Chamber last. Okay, I'll tell you this. If the Men's Chamber happens to go first, Cody Rhodes is winning, and it's like, okay, great. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know.
It'll be tough, but I definitely think the
it's also weird, right? Because they're in Chicago to not have CM Punk close out the show.
I was thinking that I don't see why they wouldn't at least have Finn and CM Punk at least headline. They're in Chicago. Everybody's going to want to be expecting that. So but it'll be, you're going to have a big moment in that singles match to have the chamber match be before that. And then you still have to have CM Punk. So you're going to have CM Punk and Finn, then have the men's chamber match. Because I don't see them.
It's weird too. Like, are you going to do the 2 chamber matches back to back? No, I just can't see it, unless if they do what's in the box, like in between, like, because that's a segment.
Yeah, we still have that too. Jesus.
Like the only thing I can think is like, okay, what's in the box? If that like closes out the show. If it closes out the show and it's in Chicago, like, it can't be Chris Jericho and CM Punk's the champion, and you already have CM Punk and Roman Reigns one-on-one. What are you going to do? Throw Chris Jericho in and make it a triple threat? Like, it's just weird.
Yeah. I don't know. I totally even forgot about the box thing.
Because if it's not Chris Jericho, it's a disappointment. And it's like, it almost definitely is not Chris Jericho.
I was going to say, I don't think it's Chris Jericho at this point. I think it's just basically another thing to get people to be spinning around in the internet. What's in the box? What's in the box? We get to it, and it's nothing. Like, has nothing to do with just trying to have them get another angle for you to want to buy ticket sales. And in a way, I'm glad people are halting on it, because it's just showing TKO that we don't like these ticket prices going up, because nobody can afford them. Only, the diehard fans. But the when it came to a point where you can at least go to a show and at least spend a little bit of money, but it's to the point where if you're going to spend that much money on tickets, you might as well just go to the PLEs. So
yep.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about the opening the box thing, but yeah, I just know it's not Chris Jericho. So.
Yeah. Let's just wait to see how that one
pans out.
I mean,
it's not Snowflake.
It's not Snowflake. It's not Snowflake. Dude, it is the Chamber prediction show, so it's like we should predict what is in the box. In fact,
yeah,
because we know that is being unveiled at the Chamber. So what is in the box?
It has to be somebody returning, or some that would be what. There's nothing around the box, but I like your angle of saying, break the walls down with kind of like something with the significance of the box. But I'm like, if it's Jericho, I don't know. I mean, we got to think maybe like Edge too, but I don't know.
I don't see that. It can't be Edge. He's still contract.
I think they've made it clear that he was
not happening,
not moving out of AEW. I don't know. I'm really stumped with that.
And the thing is, right?
I mean, it could not even be a wrestler. But if it's not a wrestler, what is it?
The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal Trophy.
Yeah, it's just a figure of Andre the Giant. Oh man, that would be hilariously, like, to the point where people would just like unsubscribe from Netflix and everything, just like, we're not watching this product ever again.
It's literally a golden statue of John Cena, and they're like, he's immortalized at WWE headquarters, and we're all like, we don't give a whoopsie.
Undertaker comes back out, looks at the statue. You were in the Hall of Fame.
That's the significance of the box the whole time. Like, the box opens up and it's Vince McMahon. He's like, it's me, Austin. It was me all.
It was me all along. That would be deep if it was Vince.
Now that lawsuit is still.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let us know in the comments, because we don't know. If you know who you think, or let us know your comments who you think what is in the box or who is in the box, Because at this point, I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's got to be a person, right?
At this point, yeah. I mean, because if it's not a person, I don't know what it is.
And the thing is, too, right? Like, if it opens and it's like someone that nobody really knows, um, I'll just bold predict it and say I'm just gonna say it's the Hardy Boys.
I was gonna say it's Triple H.
Okay.
It's just Hunter, like, and he's gonna announce at like the grand breaking attendance record for the night.
Who? Okay, MFT has the SmackDown tag titles. We are getting Solo Sikoa versus Uncle Howdy in a one-on-one match, I think on SmackDown this Friday.
Yes, that is true.
At this point, it's just kind of like, who cares?
Yeah, it is. I wish it was gonna be a Mania match that kind of just like really blow the card and like that. But I'm into it. But it's like, if it wasn't on TV, I wouldn't be mad about it either.
So if it was going to be the Hardy Boys, right? Like, they would be going after one of the tag titles, almost definitely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. You have Jey Uso in the chamber now, so it can't be the Raw tag titles. So then what? The two of them are going after MFT? Like,
Right.
I don't know, unless if Xavier and Kofi come out and they're just complaining, and then the Hardy Boys come out.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yay, the Hardy Boys are here, but like nobody cares about the New Day anymore. We had that conversation already tonight. Like, I'll just say it's the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. Mine's just a question mark.
Yeah, it's fine.
If not Hunter just being his dumb self.
if it's Chris Jericho, awesome. Like, it's gonna be great.
I will be stoked if it's Jericho for sure.
Anth, let's wrap up on that note.
Yeah, man. All in all of this talk about us watching Elimination Chamber, I will not be able to watch it until later because I am seeing Get the Let Out. So looking forward to it. I've heard they're a good tribute band for Led Zeppelin, going with my parents, my uncle and aunt, and Jen's coming with me too. So they're playing up at the Lansdowne Theater. So looking forward to some cool Led Zeppelin music for the night. But I'll try to catch it.
Well,
I'm
glad you said something, so I'm not texting you.
Yes, if I didn't say it now, I would definitely be telling you later in the week. But
okay.
Yeah, so I'll probably won't get to watching it until later in the night. So
avoid social media.
I'll have to just avoid social media up until I see what I need to say, which I will probably have to, see some spoiler at some point, but I'll try to just stay off social media as much as I can.
Just try.
But
Cheyenne,
man.
Cheyenne's working to 24, so I'm probably going to go watch with my dad.
Nice.
Yeah. So, y'all let us know what you think for the Elimination Chamber in the comments.
Yes.
Hit us up on our Facebook group, One Set Fam. Let us know your thoughts. If you're not sure about the chamber, if you have thoughts about WrestleMania, anything after WrestleMania, thoughts on the current landscape of WWE. I know a lot of people aren't loving it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Anthony and I that are diehard fans, it's like we try to find the good in the product, and we're excited about this. We're excited about this. So, there are some things that do need work. But
definitely.
Anth, I think I can speak for the both of us in that I am intrigued to see how this card is built. I do think that the Lesnar match, they're gonna just basically draw that out, unless if it's like the second to last episode of like the scheduled appearance, and then on the last episode we get some form of a build, and then it's just like, oh, I think his last appearance is the Monday night before Mania. So it's like,
yeah,
cool.
I definitely would not I would definitely expect it to just be like the go home show, and we get the last minute match, stuff going on. But yeah, guys, if anything else, make sure you guys are following us on One Set Pod on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Make sure you hit the notification bells on YouTube. Make sure you get notified when we go live, and make sure you're subscribing to us on the Facebook group One Set Fam, like Jim mentioned, and we will see you all on the next episode. And before, just want to give a small shout out. Happy birthday, Jim. Later in the week.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, the episode's going to drop on my birthday this Friday. I do appreciate
so happy
that.
early birthday, brother.
Thank you much, man. All the love to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.